walking on is good now.
That's all.
Hi team, we'll start with the session. Okay, I'll be sharing my screen. Hope you're able to see my screen, guys. So in the last session, we looked into visualizations. Today, we'll go into visualizations in detail. Okay, we'll look into some advanced visualization techniques. So we had looked into drill through and all these things. We'll look into little bit scenarios, then we'll go further. So I'll take an Excel workbook. Okay, it's the sample superstore. Open it. Click on orders. We'll be taking order sheet for now. Today we'll see how to make a welcome page for the client. Also, we'll be looking into advanced visualization techniques. Okay. So first, let me show you how to create a welcome page for the client. Okay. So we'll take a website, a particular website, and in that particular website, we'll create an advanced visualization. The website that we are taking for now is haldenheinz.com. Okay. This is the particular website that we'll be using for our welcome page requirement. Okay. This is a particular website that we'll be using. Okay. I'll just copy this website name. Okay. Minimize this, go to get data, and over here click on. So over here, I'm so sorry. Just a second. So what I'm trying to do is, this is one particular welcome page font. Okay. Now understand one thing, client will be looking on very closely on what type of color formatting are we working on. Okay, it's very important that we look closely on the color formatting part. Okay. So currently, if a client is using specific type of yellow, he'll be requiring for us also to use the particular a particular type of yellow. So how to get these colors? Normally, in your browser, you have extension options available. Okay, you have extension option available. So you can click on these three dots. Every browser, whether it be Chrome, whether it be Edge, any browser, you have extension option available. So you can click on extensions. One second, guys. Yeah. So you can click on these three dots. Okay, over here you have an extension option. So currently, these are the extensions available. So you can go to Microsoft add-ins and search for extensions. Okay. Same in Chrome also you have extension option. You can search in the extension store color picker. Okay. This is the tool that will be very important. Okay. So there are n numbers of available. You can download any one of them. Okay. We have one downloaded in our browser. Now what you have to do is click on this color picker. Click on the yellow that you require. Once you click on that yellow, you can see that code has come up. Okay, so you can just select the entire code, Control C, and minimize it. Okay, now what you can do is, so what we'll do is, because this particular welcome page will be serving as a navigation page also, what we'll do is, so we'll take this thing, increase this thing. So what we have taken over here, we have gone to home and we have taken a text box. Okay, so make sure that you click on this text box option over here. Now what next, you can go to the background of it. Okay, now once you go to the background option, there is an option below that is more colors. Click on that. Okay, remove the code that has mentioned below. Over here you'll get an option to input the code. Okay, so that code that you had copied over there, right, you can paste it over here. So over here there are 6-digit alphanumeric code that you can copy. Go to more color option and paste it over here. Okay, now you can see your title or your particular text box has come up. Okay, what next? Let's insert some text over here. So you can make the font size up to 44 and mention a particular text. You can make it as white. I can mention it as sales analysis report. Okay, this is your sales analysis report. What next you can do over here? You can make the entire report name and bold if you want. Increase the text size if you think so. Something like this you can play around. So we have kept the text size as white, and if you want, I think it is already in bold. If you want, you can click on this bold option. It will now show you in bold. Okay, that is how you insert text box. What else can we do over here? Now you can also add shapes. Okay, so you can click on insert option at the top. Guys, if you have any questions or doubt, you can write it on the chat itself. Okay, no problem. In the insert option, you have to click on shapes option and take a rectangle shape. Okay, go to the fill option, close the fill over it. Okay, turn on the outline and make it as outline weight. You can increase it as 5, 6. Okay, and whichever color you want. So currently I'm taking outline as white color. You see over here, there's an outline coming up. Okay, you can see over here. Right now it won't make sense, but afterwards it will. Okay. You can also turn on border over here and a shadow effect. Okay, so that will show something like this. Okay. What else can we do over here? We can also add a logo over here. Okay, so I have the company logo saved with me. So I'll take the company logo. You can create a screenshot or download the logo. So you can go to insert, how to add image. Over here, there's an option of image. Click on it. Okay. Over here in my particular PC, I have some pictures saved. Okay, so you can take these pictures. I have the company logo of Halden Hines. I'll copy that one. What next? You can reduce the size of it. Scaling of this logo, you can make it as fit. Reduce the size of it. Once you have reduced the size, you can turn on shadow and border for this one also. In background, if you want, you can keep it as white only. Okay. Now you can place it over here. This is how the logo will be visible. So if you want the borders, you can make it as white also. It will be like this. Okay. So this is your company logo coming up. You can adjust the sizing of it. Okay. That is how your company logo will be visible to the client itself. If you don't want the shadow effect, you can turn off the shadow effect also. It will be visible very simple manner. Okay. So whatever suits you. See, formatting is something that I'll be leaving to you. Okay. Formatting is something that you are completely free to do. Okay. So if whatever formatting you're liking, you can use as per your choice over here. Okay. But make sure that things are readable and the colors used are soothing to the eyes. Okay. See, in formatting, people go over the top and start formatting in a very horrendous colors. Make sure that the color codes that we are using are matching the company requirements and color code. Okay. Then only you'll be able to create a visual that is as per market standards. Okay. So once you have added the logo, what next? You can also add an image over here. So I want to add a banner on this page. Okay. So I can click on image option over here. In the image option, we'll click over here. One second, please. Okay. One second, guys. Just Sorry for the delay, guys. So we were adding a banner over here. So over here you can see 28.9 KB. There's one banner over here. I'll just download another one. I'll have a higher quality. I guess I have it downloaded. So we'll see that one. One second. This is the one that we did. Open it. Go to the scaling part and make it fit. You can make the size adjustable according to your requirement. Okay. Now what I want is my page background should be in the color of the image itself. Okay. How to do that? So in order to do that thing, I'll again go to my website. Okay. You can see this image is available over here. See, this is a company who is making glass bottles for perfume and liquor brand. Okay. So we'll take this color which we require. So I require this particular green and click on this thing. Okay. Click on it. Come back. Go to page background. Now turn on the background of your page. Okay. Go to color and click on more colors over here. Okay. And paste this thing. Actually, this is still coming for yellow. I'll just copy this thing again. Okay. Come over here. Copy this color. Control C. Minimize. Okay. Once you're done with this thing, you can increase the transparency. I think it's a background color that has come. Sorry. Again, click on the space, empty space. Okay. You just click once on an empty space. Actually, by mistake, it has come background color of the image itself. So what we'll do is we'll click on the image page. So when nothing is selected, now it will show something like this. Okay. When nothing is selected, it will show something like this. Okay. Now what next? You have to come over here in format, go to page background, go to colors, go to more colors over here. Okay. And paste the color over here. Okay. Now you can reduce the transparency. You can see that the color is coming up. If you want to make it darker, you can go to more colors and you can directly. Okay. So now this is your theme. Okay. The color coding of the brand that you are following. Okay. What next can you do over here? One second. So over here we have created this thing. Now next thing that I'll give is, see, this is a welcome page. Okay. We'll be requiring this thing to work. Okay. To navigate into different pages. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll add some pages over here. Okay. Now these navigation pages we need to add, right? So what I'll do is I'll click on insert option over here, click on buttons over here and take blank buttons. Okay. Place it over here. Now these are navigation buttons. Okay. Normally what will happen is when a client comes on a welcome page, he wants to be going to different pages. Okay. So we'll take the first button, place it over here. How to add a button? You can click on insert, go to buttons option over here and click on blank button option. Okay. This is how you will insert a button. Okay. So we have taken this button. Okay. You can just align it according to your requirement. So these buttons will hold the name of the pages and client will automatically navigate using this. Okay. So we take this thing. You can paste these names according to your requirement. Okay. Okay. Formatting you can see accordingly. Okay. Once you have done these things, you can look into that button formatting. Okay. So you can click on text over here, whatever you want to mention. I want to mention it as sales analysis. So I mention it as sales analysis. Okay. Font color, if you want, you can make it white. Okay. Text size, you can increase a bit. Okay. See, these are name of the reports. Okay. Name of the pages. Client will click on this and accordingly go with it. Okay. That is what we are trying to do. If you want outline, you can keep it in your particular color code of the company. So we had yellow, we'll keep it as yellow. Okay. You can also turn on the shadow, borders, what is not required. Okay. So you can see something like this coming up. What next? You can go to home option and click on format painter. So format painter is used in order to copy formatting of one card over the other. So you can select this one also and apply the formatting on this one also. So what happens is whatever formatting you don't need to apply again and again formatting. The only thing that you need to input over here is the text. So one page can be sales analysis, other can be profit analysis. Right? Third one can be region-wise analysis. And it will go a little bit off the space, so you can adjust them accordingly. Okay. Make sure that everything is in a way that they don't look much different from each other. Region-wise analysis, sales analysis, and you can give it as time series. Okay. Once you're done with this thing, what next you have to do is you have to look into the see now right now these buttons have been created, but no action has been given to this button. Okay, how to give action to the buttons? You have to click on the button. Over here, you have an app option available called actions. Okay, click on it. Okay, what next? Now, what action I want to apply that when I click on this button, it should give a page navigation option. Okay, that I'm going to page 2. So when you click on sales analysis, okay, you can go to page 2. So only thing you have to do is you have to control plus click. See, even if you hover on it, right, it will say control plus click to follow the link. So we'll go control plus click. I'll show you again and again to how to apply action. So you have to click on profit analysis, go to the action part over here, open it, type you have to keep it as page navigation and destination. So right now I'm taking it as page 3. So now when you click on profit analysis, control plus click, you will go over here, come to region wise analysis. Okay. Again, go to action. Okay. Come over here, select page navigation, destination page 4. Okay. Control plus click over here, page 4. Okay. Same way over here, time series analysis, action, open it, page navigation, destination, page 5. Okay. What next? Control plus click on this, you'll go to page 5. That is how your particular button function works. Okay. I hope you are able to understand this thing. That is how your button works. Okay. This is your welcome page that you have understood over here. Okay. So this has been done. Okay. Now we'll go to another scenario. So we saw over here how to create a welcome page. Okay. Now I'll show you how to create some advanced reports. See, in the last scenario, if you remember, we had seen how to create a particular uh, page layout, right? Now we'll go and one step ahead on how to create a page layout in an advanced manner. Okay. So I'll open a page two over here. Guys, the drive that has been shared to you before, right? The Google Drive that has been shared to you before, whatever logo we are using, right, in our development, right? Whatever logo we are using in the development, I think this drive link will be in the LMS also. So the logo will be available in the docs in the logo folder. Okay. If you are not able to find these logo, I'll just share the shareable link of this logo file. So I'll get this link. Okay. So these are all the logos that we are using in the development part. One second. We'll copy this link. Okay. And we'll paste it in the chat itself. Okay. Now we'll go further. What we are trying to do is how to create an advanced page. Okay. So I'll come over here, click on the insert option. Okay. Click on image over here. There's a banner image available. So I'll open this thing. Okay. Once you have taken this, you can select on scaling and keep it as fit. Okay. Now, background of this image you can turn on and you can make it as black if you want. That is how this particular image will be visible. Okay. If you want, you can create a highlighting shape. So you can click on shapes, click a shape over here. Turn off the fill option, turn on the outline, increase the outline size. 10, 11, right? Make it as black. Okay, so now it is visible in a better manner. Okay. Outline, if you want, you can make it as shadow also. Shadow or border. That's visible like a shadow. Okay. Okay. Now you can add a logo also in this particular banner. So you can click on image option over here. Add a logo over here. So whatever company logo you require or want, you can add it over here according to your requirement. So that is something that is subjected to you. See, I am telling you how to create an advanced page. You can choose whatever color logo you want. So we take this thing. This is one company logo. So we paste it over here. Okay. If you want, you can keep the scaling as it and align it because scaling fit will increase the size. What else can we do over here? We can also insert text box over here. So you can click on text box option over here. Okay. Now over here also you can say sales. So this time we'll name it as sales advanced analysis report. Okay. Reduce the text size if you want. Optimize. and a lot of space. So we can use it for the once you have taken this text box out, what next? You can turn off the background over here, so it will be completely sharing the background of the image and make the text as whatever color you want. You can make it. So it will be visible like sales analysis advanced. Okay. Now what next? What all other things can you do over here? The other things that you can do over here is you can add the, if you remember, card labels, right? But this time we'll add it in a different manner. Okay, so we'll again go to shapes. Okay. Make the fill as black over here. Now what next? You can add cards over here. Okay, so I'll add one card and show you. I'll just show one card and you can do it according to your own requirement. So this is one card. You can add sales over here. We'll go over here, turn off the category. Okay. Turn off the background. Title will turn on. Data label, I'll make it as gray. Okay. That's it. Title, I'll keep it as font color white. And mention it as total sales. In the title, you can center line it. One more thing that you can do over here is again, see, this is an advanced visualization. Visualization that require time and they require a lot of formatting. Okay, so this is what is page about it. So we'll keep the outline, increase the width of it. Okay, make the font size as white over here and place it over here. Width you can reduce a bit. So 5. Once you have done all this thing, now next you can do is you can also add small logo over it. So I have already downloaded them. So you can see in my image, I'll add a dollar sign for sales. These small things add a lot of part in your formatting. Okay, so you can take this thing, keep it as background as white only, reduce the size of it, and place it. Okay, accordingly, you can show your total sales. If you want, you can reduce the size also of it because it is occupying a lot of space. Now you can see our card is showing total sales to you. Okay. That is how you can design one KPI for your particular vision. Okay. Once you have designed a KPI like this, you can accordingly look into other things. So once you have designed this particular KPI, you can look into other factors also. Also one thing. Okay. What next? You can go to page background, keep the entire page in a particular color you want, reduce the transparency. Okay. Now you can add another thing. So you can add a slicer over here. Click on slicer part over here. Okay. Place it over here. And in the slicer, you can mention the year. So we can go to order date, convert it into hierarchy, and remove everything year quarter. Only year will be. Next thing that you have to do is go to formatting, go to selection control. Sorry, general. And in general, you can keep the orientation as horizontal. Okay. Outline color, you can keep it as this only. Now, in the items, you can make it a make the font color as white and the background color as black. Okay. Increase the text size, make it bold a bit. Okay. Also, the background that was turned on, you can reduce. Title you can turn off, size header also you can turn off. Okay. That is how your particular slicer will be visible. Okay, to show you only year selections at the top. In the background also, if you want to make a little bit effect, you can turn it on and make it as a different shade of gray so that it's visible a little different. Okay. Border, okay. Now, once you have created these sort of slicer, what next? So you have created these things, what next can you do? This thing looks very outlandish. We'll shift it at the top. Little bit at the top. See, alignment is something that requires some time. Little bit of will be there always so that you can work on it. Okay. Now you can look into it in a better. So this thing has been done. Now what next? So I showed you how to add a slicer. Now you can divide your page into small visuals. Okay. So you can take a bar chart over here, place it over here. Okay. Place your bar chart over here. Drop subcategory wise sales. Okay. See, these are some visuals that I'm trying to show you. These don't make any sense, but I'm just showing you how to divide a page. Okay. How to give the best possible way on the page part. Okay, so over here you can give backgrounds that are near to the comparative background so that your particular thing is also visible and there is no compromise to the data also. Okay, turn on the data overview. Okay, and go to the formatting of the title, right? Make it as white. X and Y axis, you can make it as white if you want for better visibility. See, formatting, you guys can see also and follow through. The more we do, the more comfortable we'll get with it. Okay. So I want you guys to practice formatting because it requires time to learn. Okay. You can follow through the videos also and get into it. This is your sales by subcategory. Title is increase the text size. This is your one visual. Okay. Now you can create other visuals also. So once you have done the formatting, then no need to do it again. Once you have done it, you don't need to create it again. You just copy the formatting. I told you about format painter. You can use that. And drop sales and value. You can drop it here, drop it also. And audit it. That's part. Okay. Year, quarter, month, date, showing up. Take the formatting, go to home, click on format painter, and copy it. Okay. Same way you can take a line chart. No need to take line chart. We've already taken this thing. It's in that line. Take a pie chart over here. Right of the page. You can see it's there. One second. Yeah, so we'll do a little bit of formatting changes over here. We'll give over here profit and values. Category will drop in legend. Okay. We'll copy the formatting from here and close it over here. Okay. Okay. Everything looks near to perfect. What next? You can give formatting visuals at the top. Now, once you've done the formatting, then you need to look at it, like the page alignment. Over here, we'll drop region-wise, category, and sales and values. Okay. We'll take this formatting, click on format printer and paste it over. Okay. Okay. 1 second, please. Yeah, so we have created this thing. We'll go further. Instead of start now, we'll say clustered all. That will make more sense. Yeah, this is better. You can take a tree map over here. Drop country, region, state, city, and sales and values. Take a ribbon chart, drop order date wise, category wise, sales. That's it. You can just apply the formatting from there over here. So this is how you will be making an advanced visualization page for a client if required. Okay, that is how it will work. If you want, you can add more KPIs, align them. That is something that you can do by all means, right? So this will be somewhat an advanced visualization page. Okay, that is how it works. See, if I select 2017, it will show 2017, 16, 15, and 14. Okay, this is how you will be creating advanced visualizations options. Okay, I hope this is making sense. Okay. Yeah, sure, we can speak louder. That's not a problem. Guys, are you able to hear me? Is there any problem regarding the audio? Okay, we'll close this thing now. This was advanced PPIX. Okay, thank you. I'll close this part for now. Okay, so now we'll go further. Okay, now we have seen the advanced visualization. Okay, how to create advanced visual reports. Now we'll go into a little bit of how to convert. So we are seeing how to build a model from a, see, there are two types of things, okay, normalization and denormalization. Okay. Normally, the orders table that we are using is having denormalized table. Okay. By denormalized table, I mean that all the particular columns are at one place. Okay. So it is a perfect example of a denormalized table. So if I tell you an example of a denormalized table, right? You can see the orders table. Why? Because orders table is having everything at one place. Product details at one place, customer detail at one place, okay, and city, and if you see sales, everything is at one place, right? Now what happens is, so let's take an example. Let's understand what is this concept like, okay? You come to me and say, Dhruv, I want to open an IT company, okay? When you want to open an IT company, how should I place my particular developers, right? That I'm able to access them faster. I'll say, why not you place them in one flat? Whenever you require a particular developer, you can just call him, right? Now, what happens is this phenomenon may sound good, right? Same way, denormalized table is also a perfect example of this, okay? You have placed all the developers at one place in one flat, okay? So this is a perfect example of it, okay? Now, your select, so why do we normally use order table for our Power BI? Because select is faster. You can fetch data faster. So whenever I require a Python developer, I can have a Python developer. Whenever I require a Java developer, I can take a Java developer, right? All these things I can do. That is a denormalized table. Now what happens is after some time, my data will become very heavy for me. It will be very something that is very difficult to manage. Okay. So what to do in such cases? Okay. Same way, if I have all the developers at one place, my flat will eventually become very crowded, right? It will become very crowded. Now, what to do in order to uh, compromise? So you have to compromise on the speed part. That is what I'll tell you. You have to compromise on the speed part. Okay. Means if all the developers stays at one place, though you can call them faster, but your flat will be filled, right? So it is something that you have to compromise at, that you don't, you have to compromise your speed. So companies also compromise on that part. They compromise their speed on the performance because when you keep on adding tables, your reports take a lot of time to refresh because these tables become very clunky. These tables have records of you many times. So why not do something else? Why not create small tables, separate small tables? So this is something like if you're having all the developers in one flat, why not give every developer a separate flat and have their reference or their phone number? When you have their reference or phone number, you can just call them. Same way, why not create separate tables for product, customer, city, and sales? And only hold their IDs. Okay. So whenever you require them, right? Whenever you tend to require them, you can call them, right? On their ID base. So that is what we are going to see. The scenario that we are going to see today is called flat file to model. Okay, this is called flat file to model, and we'll see how to build a model from a particular flat file in this scenario also. Okay, so make sure that you follow through the scenario. Okay, let's go further. So over here, this order table, we have been quite comfortable with this. We have loaded it many times, right? So let's go, let's see how to work on this table. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll click on Excel. Okay. Click on Excel file. Hmm. Next thing that we'll do is we'll select the sample superstore. We'll take orders, people, and return. Okay, and we'll click on load option. No, sorry, transform data. Okay. So now next what? We have return, people, and orders table, right? First, we'll click on use first row as header, a little bit of formatting. Okay. Over here, it's okay. And the people table also will do the same. Come to orders table. Now, next thing that you have to do is create a duplicate of order table. Okay. Make sure that you do that. Now, once you have created a duplicate of orders table, let's see what we require actually. So currently we are requiring only see, I'm trying to normalize this table. This table is in a perfect denormalized manner. So how to normalize this table? How to particularly normalize this table? So first what we'll take is we'll take the products. Okay. So we'll take the product. I'll talk about only product. Okay. Now understand one thing, this is a product ID. So one thing more that I want to talk about before coming to denormalize and normalize. So normalize I've already told is dividing into small tables, okay? It though it has lesser speed, but it reduces the redundancy of data. Redundancy, by redundancy I mean repetition in data, okay? There's one more thing that I like to talk about. I don't know if you have an idea about it. What is fact and what is dimension? Okay. Normally what happens is you come to me and say, Dhruv, I made a sales of $25,000. Okay. My first question that will be over here is, what did you sell? Okay. First question will be, what did you sell? Okay. To whom did you sell? When did you sell? Okay. What, whom, when, where? Okay. All these questions will come. Okay. Now, if I say anything that is quantitative, okay, that is quantitative is termed as fact. So I can say sales is a fact, profit is a fact, okay, quantity is a fact, anything that is quantitative, okay, and all the things that define a sales, that defines a sale. A sale can never always, a sale is empty or incomplete without a proper definition, right? So I sold a product, right? So what is product? Okay. Whom was it sold? It was sold to, we can say, customer A. Okay. Okay. When did you sell it? So we can say we sold it on 23rd March. Okay. Where did you sell it? I can say Delhi. All these things that define sales are termed as dimensions. So these are the dimensions. And fact is something that is quantitative. Fact and dimension both go hand in hand. Okay. Now in normalization, we are also building fact and dimension tables. Okay. I show you the first dimension, that is my product. Product details are also dimensions. Na? So product table is also dimension over here. We'll take product ID, category, subcategory, and product name. Okay. Now what we'll do is, because we have created a dummy table, we duplicated the order table. Now what I'll do, right click over here and say remove duplicates. Okay. So we'll be removing all the duplicates. I'm so sorry, we'll not remove the duplicates right now. What we have to do is remove other columns. So you can see all other columns have been removed. We have only product ID, category, subcategory, and product. These are the columns that we are having for now. Okay. Now what next? Understand one thing. In sales table, these products were getting sold many times. So there could be a possibility that there is repetition of data. See, one product is not limited to one time sale. Okay, it can be sold again and again, right? Again and again, it can be sold. So it is not something that is subjected to sales only once. Okay. So it could be product is bought by you also somebody else. So in a particular many orders, it is repeated many times. But in order two, we are not having any sales recorded, right? It is like a directory table. So what I can say is when I store a record, right? When I store a specific record, I don't need to store it again and again, right? So if I say I'm having a directory table of all the customers in my particular uh, store, right? Do I need to store them again and again? Only once if I've stored them, it is more than enough for me, right? But yeah, if I'm storing their sales, I need to store them again and again because I'm storing their sales. So in orders table, I was storing transaction. Over here, I'm storing the information. So information about a product is only stored once. Okay. So what we'll do is right click over here. Now we will remove duplicates. Actually, before removing duplicates, I'll show you one more thing. You go to transform and check how much redundancy the data had. Redundancy means repetition. So if we go to transform and click on count values, actually mind me that we are in the Power Query editor if somebody gets confused. Okay. Currently, one column has around 10,000 records in it. One column has around 10,000 records in it. Like this, we are having four columns. Okay. So when we remove duplicates, we are removing around 40,000 of duplicated data. Okay, not exactly 40,000. Let's count how many data did we get after removing it. So we'll click on transform and click on count values. Okay, 1862. Now, which means each, if I take 1900 also, right? Around, if you see 1900, 2000, if you take, right? 8,000 in this thing. Before, how many were there? 40,000. From 40,000, we came to 8,000, which is around five times we have reduced the data, right? That much data we have removed. Okay. Now what else? So we removed the duplicates, right? Now what you can go to this order to double click over here and name it as dim product. That is how you name dimensions. Okay. So you can name it as dim product over here. Okay. What next? Go to orders table yet again, right click over here and click on duplicate. Now, once you have, one more thing that you have to do is see now the product details are stored in the product. You don't need to store all the transaction details in product. Only thing that you need to store about a product is the product ID. You can tell them also that no need to store the category, subcategory, and product name. Redundancy has to be reduced, right? No need to store it again and again. Right click over here and remove these two columns. When you remove this three column, only one thing is over here, product ID. If they want to know anything about the product, come to dim product and search the product ID and get it. I'll show you how to build a model so that it works parallelly. Okay. Next thing that we have over here is the order to. We duplicated it just right. Now what next? What is the next dimension that we are having? We'll take the customer dimension. So I'll take customer ID, name, segment, country, city, state, postal code. Okay. You can also take region also. That's it. Okay. That is all your customer details. Okay. Right click over here and say remove other columns. Now what you're holding is your customer details, right? Remove customer ID, name, all these things are there, right? Again, if you want to count, each column will have around 10,000 of data because obviously 9,994, right? Remove the duplicates once. Now when you go to transform, go to statistic and count the values, you will get around 793 of the data. That is around 800 in each table, right? You have reduced the data quite substantially, okay? 800 data in each table, okay? Name it as dim customer, dim underscore customer, okay? Come to the orders table and remove customer details. So you can hold only customer ID. If you want, you can remove. Sorry, customer ID only you have to keep. Other than that, everything you can remove. Customers, click over here. Customer name, segment, country, city, state, postal code, region. All these details do not need to be repeated. See, if I am doing sales 50 times in your company, you won't record everything about me because that has been recorded before. So what I'll do is remove all the columns. Only thing that I require when you're doing sales is customer ID. Okay. So you can see we are building up a model over here. Okay. Now in the customer table, you have the customer record, product table, you have the product record. Now this is the orders table. What is the other dimensions that are remaining? The only dimension that I can see is over here, that is ship mode. So how to remove that part? In order to remove your ship mode, what you'll do is go to add a column. Actually, one thing that is missing out in ship mode is ship mode ID. So either you will ask your particular client to give you or provide you the ship mode ID, or you will mention it manually. Okay. If he has not given an ID, it's your responsibility that you give any subsequent ID. Okay. So what you'll do is you'll click on ship mode ID. Over here, there's an option in add column that is conditional column. Click on this. You can mention it as ship mode equals first class output is 1001. Add clause if ship mode equals second class 1002. Add clause if ship mode equals same day 1003. These are all the ship modes available, and I'm giving them a particular ID over here. Okay. There's one more ship mode called standard class. For that, we'll give over here an else condition. Okay. That is how you will add a conditional column for a column named ship mode ID. That is what we are creating over here. Okay. This has been done. Click on OK. We can see at the right hand corner, your ship mode ID has been created. Okay. Now what next? Click on this and make it as phone number. Okay. Now what? Again, create a duplicate of your orders. Click on this duplicate option. Okay. Select ship mode over here. Okay. Select ship mode ID over here. Right click over here and say remove other columns. Okay. What next? Place ship mode at the top and ship mode ID and ship mode like this. Right click over here and say remove duplicates. Okay. Okay. So now you have a ship mode table also. You can go to your orders table and remove the ship mode. Only ID is required. Ship mode ID is here. Remove ship mode. Okay. Take the ship mode ID and place it over here. You can just place the ship mode ID over here and it will be visible. So now if you can see, this is actual fact table. This is holding only ID table and quantitative data. Okay. So you can double click over here and mention it as fact underscore sales. Okay. So this is your fact sales. This is your ship mode ID, order date, everything is over here. This is your dim product, dim customer, and the last table that you have is dim ship mode. So you can select this also and name it as dim underscore. Dim is dimension only. Okay, this is how you name it. Ship mode. Okay. In the fact sales, you can click over here. Okay. Click on returns. Okay. In the returns, if you want, you can delete this return column. Click on yes. Right click over here and remove it. Okay. Order ID is over here, right? You can go to people table. In people table, if you want the customer ID now, so you can go to home. In the first day also we had done merge queries. So you can click on merge queries option, select person and say that the person should match customer name. Okay. Press OK over here and expand. So what you want is only customer ID. Okay, press OK over here. You get the customer ID. So now you can paste it over here. Double click. This has been done. Now what you can do is you can click on close and apply. Now you can see that your entire table will load up over here. Let the model load once. So you can see over here at the right hand corner, we have the customer, product and shipment dimension. Now what next? You can go to the model. Okay. So you can come over here. There is some data model that has been automatically created. Now what you have to go do is click on manage roles option. Okay. Click on this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't click on manage roles. Go to manage relationship. Control press and select all these relationships. We will create our relationship on our own. So we'll delete this. Okay. Click on delete and delete all these relationships. Okay. Close this thing. You can see all the relationships have been deleted. There's one relationship over here. Also, we'll bring it at the top. This is your ship node. Just placed in. People table we'll remove because it is having, it's not a very significant table. It is having only 4 records. Fact we'll place it in the middle. Dimension we'll place at the corner. Okay. One dimension is missing. We'll bring that one also. That is a returns table. It is also telling you about returns. So once you have created this, you can see a model like this will be created. This model is an example of star schema. See, star schema is a model in which all the dimensions are surrounding the fact table. Okay. So you can see over here, you will join product ID. So product table will join on product ID. We'll take the product ID over here and drop it over here. Returns table will join on order ID. You can drop it over here. Okay. This is your order ID. This is your product ID. Customer table you can join on the basis of customer ID. Okay. You can see over here. This is your customer ID. Okay. Ship mode you can join on the basis of ship mode ID. Hmm? Drop it over here. It will just come as ship mode ID. This is your particular fact table, and this relationship or this model is called a star schema. The scenario that we saw today was how to uh, so this is called flat file to model because we are creating normalizing. We are normalizing a denormalized table, and also flat file is turned to CSV. So we are making a model out of a CSV file. Okay, that is what we are doing. If you guys have any questions, please let me know regarding this thing, this scenario that we just did. Any questions on this thing? Okay, I'll just show you the working also because many people must be having, are these relationship actually working? So what we'll do is we'll take a table and we'll drop records from random tables. I'll take order ID from this table. Okay, order ID, and I'll take customer records. So I'll take the customer ID, or I'll drop customer name only. Why drop customer ID? Because we have customer name. Okay, from product table, I'll take product name. From sales table, I'll take the sales. From return table, I'll take whether this order ID was returned or not. You can see all the records are properly showing up, which means our relationship is working. Like our model is working. Guys, I guess I dropped off. I hope you are able to hear me. Is my voice clear enough?
Yes, Dhruv, your voice is clear.
So we'll go further now. Okay, I'll just share my screen once again. Let me know if it is visible to you guys. So this is your entire model. Okay. You can see this is properly showing up now. You can see it is working proper manner. Now what you can do is you can go to page two. Okay. In the page two over here, so page one, we saw everything, right? That the model was working perfectly. Now, one more phenomenon that I want to talk about is this thing. Okay. Cardinality of relationship. Cardinality, right? I don't know how much of you guys know about it. So if we talk about cardinality, okay, it is of some types. So we'll talk about them in detail. One to one, okay. So if I say one mentor teaching one student is a one-to-one cardinality. Same way, one packaging company, okay, making packaging product only for one client, okay, that is something. So if I'm making packaging for only Lay's, right? So my relationship with Lay's is one-to-one, okay. One-to-many, one-to-many is something in which one person is propagating to many people. So if I say one mentor teaching many students, right? That is your one-to-many. Or one person getting loan offer from many companies, okay? Many banks, okay? That is one-to-many, okay? Same way, there is one called many-to-many. That could be that one many mentors. So there could be a possibility in a day you are getting taught by many mentors, right? And many mentors are teaching many students, right? That is your many to many relationship. It could be termed as one shopkeep, many shopkeepers getting. So there are many shopkeepers in a particular mall. You may buy from many shopkeepers, and that many shopkeepers have many customers coming up, right? So that is also a many to many relationship. Currently in our model, we are having some relationships. So if you could see over here, the relationship that we are, how to see the cardinality, the star sides denote many, and this one side denotes one. Okay. The star sides denote many, and this one side denotes one. Okay. So you could see star one to many, right? Now what next I want to do over here is right click over here, go to properties. Okay, you can see also that cardinality is many to one. You don't need to handle anything. See what they are trying to tell you is in dim product table, the name of the particular product is only existing once, right? But in sales table, it is sold many times. Same way, customer name is existing one time in a dim customer, but it is sold many times in a fact sales. Ship mode on the same side, one ship mode is mentioned only once in this thing, but it is being used in sales table many times. Okay. That is how we define relationships. Okay. We define relationships or cardinality. Okay. There's one more thing that I like to talk about is this thing. Have a look. There's an arrow key that is pointing. If you place it in a very straight manner, you can see this arrow is showing that you can go from returns towards fact sales. It is pointing towards sales. What does this actually mean? Let's see. Okay. So I'll take this particular table. From the returns, I'll take order ID, and from the sales, I'll take amount. Okay. So I'm getting values, proper values, right? What I'm doing is I'm going from returns, I took order ID and I followed the direction. I filtered sales. So I'm trying to filter from returns towards sales. Okay. Now what? I'll go opposite direction. How will I go opposite direction? I'll just show you. This was one table. I'll take another table. Okay. In this particular table, what we'll do is we will take from the orders table something. Okay. I want to see on a product ID, right? On a particular product ID. So I want to see now which products are getting returned. Okay. So I want to see on a product ID returns. Okay. So when I do that, it is showing me on a particular ID name of the return ID, right? Now what I'll do is I don't want the name of the return ID. I need a summarization. I want a count. Okay. So I'll click on count. When I click on count, you can see 296 is coming in every row. Why is it coming? Because I'm not following the direction. From the fact sales, I'm trying to get the return. Like from the fact sales, I pick now the product ID, and I'm trying to know how much return did I. Now, how to fix this problem? You can right click over here, go to properties and click on cross filter direction. That is both. Press OK. When you click a cross filter direction both ways, you can filter it in both directions. Okay. Now, if you come over here, you will see it is showing you count of order ID properly. Okay. That is how you make the direction both sides. This means this is also called bi-directional. Okay. Bi-directional. How to do it? Right click on this thing. See, again, I'll show you. Right click on this arrow, go to properties, and in the properties, you have to click at cross filter direction both sides. Okay. If you want to check it in another table also, check in product table also. See in product table, it is pointing from fact sales. So from product towards facts. So we'll first follow the orders. Okay. We'll keep it over here. Take a table. Okay. Take this table over here. And I'll take the product ID from product table. So I'll take product ID from product table and I'll see for a particular product ID how much sales happened. So it is showing me properly product ID wise total sales. Okay. Now let's go to opposite direction. Okay. I will check in the particular order ID in fact sales. Okay. How many products were there? So I'll drop product ID from product table and I'll say count. When I do that, again error showing up. Why is error showing up? Because I'm trying to get from fact sales towards product. From the order ID in fact sales, I'm trying to know how many products were sold in a particular order ID. So because the arrow is pointing in opposite direction, we have to click over here, go to properties, go to cross filter direction both sides, press OK. Okay, now you can see the cross filter direction is both sided. Go to the report view and you'll get the answer properly. Okay. Any questions on this thing, guys? Any part that you have not understood? Okay. So you guys can look into the modeling part today. Okay. We saw how to create a data model. We saw how to use cross filter direction. We saw about cardinality. We saw about how to normalize the data from a flat file. All these things we have seen. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the session. If you don't have any questions, you can drop off. Thank you. Thank you, Jyoti. Yes, we'll surely have it. Thank you. Okay. You can create it on the basis of today's class also. Guys, if you want, you can create and share your work on LinkedIn also. You can share with the companies. Like people will recognize you on that part also if you share. And if you want, you can tag me also on that part. Yeah, sure, I can provide that. Just a second. Your class has ended. If you guys have any question, you can ask. I'll just provide you a book. 1 second. I'll just mention the link. Yes, tomorrow will be the class. This link has many books in it. You can open this link. This is my personal link, and you can use this. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you.